So I've been holding off this video for a long, long time. It's basically 1 year by now. I really, really wanted to rant about having a sales job. Not gonna lie, having a sales job is not the best thing that you could go through. And these are the things that makes me hate sales job. Like hate it through thick and thin. I just really dislike it. And I don't know why, but ever since I got graduated from college, people, okay, people, even the HR always say that you you suit this job, okay? You suit the sales job. Like, who are you? You don't even know me, you know? But here I am, years going through, and now I work in sales for a very long time. Now, first and foremost, why do I hate working in sales? Okay, I really dislike the fact that we need to be manipulative sometimes. Like, why? Why do we manipulate your people? Come on. Like, I have one person in mind right now. He was selling the product that I work in, right? And then he said, like, yeah, the price is going to go up next month. Like, bro, who decides to get that price up? Not you. And plus, the discount is going to always be there. People will say to me that it's fine, you know, it's a sales tactic to close the deal faster. Like, why do you even need to close the deal faster? Just that person needs to close the deal faster. That's why there's a lot of sales framework that tells you to know the timeline. If their timeline is not matching with you, you don't do that, okay? You're basically creating a jerk move to other people just because you're saying that the price is going to go up next time. It's not a market share, bro. It's not a stock bone. You don't have to like make people be scared. Okay? It's not cool. Okay? It's not cool. That's just how I see it, okay? And then it's like second of all, I don't know why, but knowing that we have target, okay? First and foremost, I do like, okay, this is going to be annoying, but I do like seeing numbers goes up, okay? As a gamer, seeing numbers goes up, yeah, that's really crazy, okay? That's really crazy and I really love that. But the thing is about that, right? You know that you will have target each month, each quarter, each year, and that thing will always hunt you down every day and every night. Every time you finish up your work, okay, usually sales work from 9 to 5, just like any other office work, but sometimes going to be working on a weekend or maybe working at night just because you need to close the deal. Every single hour is important and it's crazy. You don't get the time of day to just chill out and relax, man. You don't. Crazy. Like, yeah, but some people are, I don't know, for the lack of good word, autistic enough to work in sales and be very, very meticulous and disciplined in the sales art. I just don't do that, man. I just don't vibe with that. Every time, okay, probably my employer going to see this. I don't really care if I ever become a company. I mean, a CEO or someone who makes my own business, and I hope so because I'm going through that right now. Yeah, to me, targets are always annoying to see. Like if you achieve something, like if you achieve the target, you became this snobby asshole. You go be a snob. You say it, I did it. I make the money. I'm the top sales. Yeah. You go and become a snob in your company. But then when you get a shitty week, a shitty month, a shitty quarter, or in fact, a shitty year, trust me, you're going to get that PIP as soon as possible, man. And whatever thing that you go through before, okay, even managers will say this, dude, you did great last month. Dude, you did great last quarter. This is a new quarter, bro. This is a new year, bro. You gotta make that money. You gotta make that money. And with absolutely big ass heart that I have right now, it's annoying. I currently work in account management right now. I don't even care if my customer's going to see this, but yeah, I also have targets too, and I do understand target makes you uh gives you timeline. Target gives you an end goal. It gives you the night and day to know which are the things that you need to do, prioritize things, and make things happen. Okay, it's important. I understand that, but again, it's annoying, and especially, thankfully, I'm in a company where, well, the managers are quite great, in my opinion. They're very nice. Well, they do give PIP from time to time, but not gonna lie, they could be very inspiring. That's one. They could be very helpful from time to time, I guess. And I do have a lot of friends in the environment that is very supportive within each other. And it's something that I've been searching for in a job. Yeah, but again, I'm going to think it on my previous jobs. On my previous jobs, or maybe you're a salesperson and you're not doing well. Bro, it's basically the same as your rent bill. It's like your credit card bill. It's the same. It's scary. It chases you every day, bro. It chases you every day, and it's a grind. And I don't know why people would love that, but I hate that. I hate that the fact that we need to manipulate people, and I also hate the fact that sometimes there's a target. Sometimes I just think that, okay, you have a very great product. Okay, a great product usually sells on itself. Not gonna lie, it happens. Okay, there are a lot of software companies that goes through a lot of market fit analysis, market fit research, and now they have found their place, they found their niche, and basically the product sells for themselves. Lots of other things are also like that. Maybe, for example, FMCG products, right? Biscuits, food, right? McDonald's, for example, lots and lots of them. Okay, they basically find the right structure, the right system, and now, well, basically the people who are working there are just a part of the cog. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a part of a golden cog, I guess. So I mean COG, okay, cog, right? Not that kind of thing. Okay. So yeah, it's crazy good. It's good for you, and it makes your company. I mean, it makes your job much more easier to know that the product is already selling itself. Now, getting back to the point where manipulative things is really annoying. Working in sales, you're basically working as a freelance for a company, right? Well, yes, you do get the ability to do more. I'm going to talk about this later on in another video about why do I like a sales job, okay? There's a hate and there's a loved one. But knowing that you've made a lot of money for that company and then the company just gives you a little bit of money, it hurts sometimes, okay? It hurts sometimes. And knowing that every single month it's going to be zero again, you're going to restart everything, it also hurts a lot, okay? Maybe if you work in account management or partnership management, it's not gonna be the same. But if you're working as a sales, like a sales, yeah, you're not gonna be happy, man. And again, those two things are the biggest problems that I just don't like. The target, the stress target that you get. And if I think about other people who are having a bad time with a bad manager and a bad supervisor, for example, plus a bad product, it's annoying. It's going to be annoying. It's not going to be something that you will be able to sustain. Well, money wise, you would probably be able to sustain it, but health wise, stress management wise, you're not going to have a balanced life in that. Well, if you're young, you don't really need to find balance in that. But again, if you're trying to find a more stable job, yeah, you need to do your due diligence on choosing which company to work as a salesperson, right? So those are two things that I really dislike about sales job. The fact that you need to manipulate people, okay? Not gonna lie, you do need to manipulate people. And the second one is the sales target. It's annoying. It's very annoying. And the third part is this is not something that I do, but I just don't like people doing this, okay? Sales is basically creating value, and I'm going to make another video about creating value. But in my opinion, if you beg for it, man, if you keep begging for it, you're not gonna get anywhere, man. If you're a salesperson, you keep begging for it, you're not gonna get anywhere. If you're a salesperson and you keep chasing the same person over and over again, dude, even playboy will know if that hus doesn't want you, that hus isn't for you, man. Just leave it on. I am going to quote my manager, not manager per se. It's another team. He's a high level, and he told me this, and I always going to remember this. He changed my life on that day, man. He said this: "We have a great product, and if that person that you try to contact do not see it, and they choose to say no to it, move on. Move on. There will be someone else that is going to be ready to meet it for you." He didn't say it like that. Okay, I made it more inspirational, but he just said it. We have a great product. Move on. If he doesn't want it, we have a great product. He will know. He will get back to us. So that's simple. Dang, you literally spit facts, man. You spit facts in the face of a newbie. Okay. The last thing that I don't really want to say is that I just feel like a sales job is not a very stable job unless you've reached a certain point. Either you've reached a management role, a supervisor role, a team lead role, a management role, or you work in a company that has a very great product. But in the end, a sales job is not a sustainable job. Okay? It's not a sustainable job. Nobody could say to my face that it's a stable job. No, it's not. Especially if the market is really bad right now. If the market is not going well. If your product just got a bad publicity. If your product have been getting a bad review, you can't save something like that, and it's going to affect your job. Okay? It's going to affect your job and you cannot do anything about it. So be mindful. Okay? If you ever want to take a job in sales, be mindful of these three things. First of all, you're gonna be able to manipulate people. You're gonna need to lie. You're gonna need to make urgencies. And it's something that people who are authentic, people who are very authentic with themselves, who doesn't not like to lie, who doesn't sugarcoat things, they're not gonna love this. Third, if you do not like targets, okay, you do not like revenue targets, and having to face the fact that even though you might be able to achieve lots of money at a certain point, remember the next month it's going to be zero again. And if you're someone who is not really tolerant enough about um, stress, you're not really great at stress management. Trust me, you're not gonna love working in sales. You're gonna hate it. Third and foremost, it's going to be a very unstable job. Okay, with a lot of X factors that you need to account. You're gonna hate that. It's not stable at all. It's not stable at all. I've seen people coming in and coming out in my current company, in my previous company, in my previous company, working in sales. It's not stable at all. Okay, there's three things. Last but not least, without any, I'm going to give respect, but if you don't really like meeting people a lot, you are not going to like to do sales. You can actually manage this and turn this into more like I don't know, like a way of a system. So you know that you need to do ABC. If you create a framework out of it, so you see it as not a interaction, but as a game, as my friend have said, you might be able to maintain the job. But if you find it a way, especially people who are oldies in sales, they will say like trust building, rapport building, and stuff like that. Yeah, if you're not a very friendly person, or you cannot tolerate communication of on a high level, and you cannot manage conversation even in a lower level, you're not gonna like it. Okay, facing people is not the easiest thing. Sometimes people are a jerk. Okay, even I could be a jerk sometimes. And yeah, sometimes they complain something that you don't understand. Something that I don't like about sales job too is that you're basically the front face of everything. You know that sometimes some sales could just go away, ghost that client once they have send the money, They just don't care. Okay, they could do that. It's possible to do if you want to balance out the stress management and stuffs. You could do that. But if you don't want to do that, and you're a very nice person, again, if you're an authentic person, you don't want to make people sad and stuff like that. You're a people pleaser. You're not gonna like it because as a salesperson, sometimes you need to chase or collect the money. You also need to do the administrative things. Sometimes people will come to you to ask you because a lot of companies do not have a very great customer care or customer support team. Okay, they go through their call. Lots of people are calling, a long waiting time, etc. Okay, and since you're the salesperson, the only contact that they have, they're going to talk to you, and it's going to be annoying. Okay, it's not going to be easy. You're not going to like it, but you need to know that it's going to happen to you. Okay, so add two things. One, sales is not a very stable job, and the last one, basically people will come to you because you're the salesperson. You're basically the one who opens up the door to your customer, to your company, and either they're going to love you or they're going to hate you so much. So those are the things that I hate about sales job. Let me know in the comments if you actually hate your sales job too, and you want to share what do you feel. Next video, I'm going to talk about why do I actually love this job. Because, well, if I work for this job for like 4 years already or more, I think more than 4 years. Yeah, I kind of time skip everything. Yeah, maybe you could also relate on why do you like sales job. Okay, see you on the next video and give it a like and give you a subscribe if you want. Goodbye.